Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy and I'm the knitter behind Knitting Matters, and in today's episode I am going to be enlisting your help. So my fall and winter, so autumn and winter knitting plans, video linked here, are well underway, and I'm really excited about the things that are coming off my needles at the minute. But there is one thing that I forgot to put in my autumn and winter knitting plans, and that is a Christmas sweater or a season sweater or a holiday sweater or whatever you call it. A sweater that you wear specifically around Christmas time that says, I'm wearing a Christmas sweater. So in the UK, it is traditional that, or certainly when I was a child and growing up, that you would wear a bright coloured sweater. I think every other household had a knitting machine and they would knit a big motif on the front of like a snowman or a Father Christmas or a reindeer. And certainly those sorts of sweaters are still very popular, but the Christmas sweater that I am going to be looking to knit myself this year, I would like something with a bit more elegance, something a bit classy, something that says I'm wearing a Christmas sweater that I could wear to my kids' nativity play, but then I could also just as easily go to a restaurant after work in my Christmas sweater and not have Rudolph on the front of my jumper. So that's what I'm looking for. I've spent a long time scouring Ravelry, looking at other people's Christmas projects, and I've narrowed my list down, but I can't decide which one to make. So I'm going to talk through the ones that I'm interested in, and I would really love to hear your opinions. Have you knit these patterns before? If so, what yarn did you use? Did you enjoy that yarn? How have they held up, with lots of wear? And even if you haven't done knit any of these yourself, I just really like your opinion. So which one do you think I should knit? Which one would look good? And which ones are tempting you? So that's what I need your help for. I'm going to go through all of the Christmas jumper knits that I'm interested in. Please let me know in the comments below, and I can't wait to hear what you think. So the first contenders that I have are from Knitting for Olive. There are three main Christmas sweaters, but the two that I'm particularly interested in. Now, I'm a little bit nervous knitting a whole sweater in Knitting for Olive because it's a very new yarn to me. I hadn't used Knitting for Olive yarn at all until probably about 8 weeks ago, when I bought some to knit some Oslo hats. I've really enjoyed working with it so far, so I think I am excited to delve a little bit deeper into their products, but I'm nervous because it's going to be a big outlay. So there are two that I really like the look of, and the first is the snow sweater. So the snow sweater is knit using one strand of Knitting for Olive merino and one such strand of soft silk mohair, held together throughout to create a double knit fabric. It is knit top down and in the round, which these days is my favourite type of construction, and it looks really plain, really classic, really elegant. And then you get to the sleeves and there's these beautiful bell sleeves that have the most picturesque forest scene, and I just think that sleeve detail is beautiful. I can almost smell the pine of the Christmas tree. I can hear the crunch of your boots on the snow as you're walking through the forest. I can feel like a sense of inner peace when I think of that forest scene. So I'm really attracted to this pattern. It does look like in some parts of the sleeve there might be a bit of three-stranded colour work going on, which, I mean, I'm not usually one to shy away from a challenge, but and it does look like a really small area, so I'm not particularly worried about that, but I suppose is something to consider. I am also attracted to the fact that they have children's versions of this, so it would be really cute for my daughter to wear a matching one, although I think maybe she wouldn't want to. I am going to be knitting her. Part of my autumn winter knitting plans is a porcelain like this one to match mine, and I will be getting away with having matchy for as long as we possibly can, until she decides that she doesn't want to anymore, at least. Anyway, but getting back to the snow sweater, yeah, really in love with this design. I think it fits the bill for being something very classic, but definitely a Christmas or festive season sweater. I think I could wear it to any kind of Christmas event that I would be going to. And we do usually go to quite a few Christmas events, you know, taking the children to various things and school plays, and there's always Christmas drinks and Christmas parties and catching up with friends over Christmas. So that one definitely fits the bill. I really like it, and it is definitely one of the contenders. So if you've made it, please do let me know in the comments below. And the second contender is also from Knitting for Olive, and that is the holly sweater. So slightly different in that it has like a paler background with the holly wreath that just looks like it's hugging your shoulders. Now, I quite often have a holly wreath on my front door at Christmas. I really love holly. And the colours, the red and the green, it just screams Christmas. So I do think that is a really, really beautiful design. Again, it's a bit more overtly a Christmas jumper, like there's no mistaking that that one is a Christmas jumper, but it still looks very elegant, very classy, very beautiful, I think is the word I would use to describe it. So I'm not sure which one I like better of the snow sweater or the festive, the holly sweater, but I really love the look of both of them. The only thing that puts me off the holly sweater is those bobbles. There are a lot of them, and looking at the pattern, I mean, I haven't purchased it, but looking at the way it's constructed, I'm anticipating quite a bit more three-stranded colour work, which again, not one to shy away from a challenge, but I'm not sure I have the time or the headspace to manage three-stranded colour work for the whole of the yoke. But that said, it is really, really beautiful. And another thing on that is, while I was looking at Ravelry for other pictures of the holly sweater, I did notice that there was one crafter who actually put the holly berries on as an afterthought with a crochet hook. So she did the bobbles with a crochet hook. So there's always that to consider, and that looks like it might be a good alternative. But yeah, the holly sweater is contender number 2. There is a third contender from Knitting for Olive. I haven't had time to fall in love with it quite as much as I have the other two, and that is the newest release that they've got from them, which is, it looks very similar to the snow sweater, but with presents around the bottom. Again, it looks like there's a bit of three-stranded colour work going on there, which again, I'm not going to talk about that again. I think I would be open to that. There's something quite appealing about wearing the Christmas 2025 release at Christmas 2025, but I don't know. I'm not as sold on it as I am the holly wreath sweater. So I think, I don't know. Let me know. What do you think? Would that be a good contender? The next contenders are both from the Augustine's Knitwear collection, so specifically the Northern Augustines. So the first one is Northern Augustines number 4, which is this beautiful bows. I mean, honestly, it just looks like you're wrapped up like a big Christmas present. So Northern Augustines number 4 is again top down colour work in the round, just 2 colours. It looks like a pale grey in the sample, and then red. So she's used a bit more of an orangey red. I think I would be tempted to go for a very blue red, like the colour of a velvet ribbon that you would wrap something up for Christmas. So really beautiful. The only thing that I don't know if I'm just being a bit picky, is that on the bows, the legs of the bows, the little squiggle on the one side is exactly the same on all the bows, and I think it would look really cute if they were a little bit different, so it looked like they were their individual bows rather than all the same. As I'm saying it out loud, I realise that I sound a bit pernickety and a bit fussy, and actually I think as a design, from the design point of view, that would be quite tricky to do. But even if it was like, if they were different, every 3rd or 4th one was different or something, but either way, this sweater is very oversized. It has a really beautiful, loose, airy feel to it. Yeah, really nice, really like it. And again, I love the fact that it just looks like you're wrapped up like a Christmas present. So yeah, I love that one. And Northern Augustine's number 6. Now this one is just so beautiful. I'm completely in love with it. The drawback with this one, there's 2. Again, quite a few areas of three-stranded colour work. So it's a top-down colourwork yoke sweater, and it has different motifs all around as you go. So the top one is candy canes, which are red and white, and the background is obviously this sort of camel brown colour. The Christmas presents have got the ribbon, the paper colour and the background colour. So there are a few, and even like the chain with the love hearts. So it's like there's quite a lot of three-stranded colour work going on there, and I just am not sure I have the time investment for that one this year. It is absolutely stunning. I genuinely think it is a work of art, and I'm completely in love with it. And I think it was Jessica from Those Twins Who Knit made one last year, and when I saw that I was like, I need to make myself one of those. And I think actually Rachel, I might have that the wrong way around, maybe Rachel made it last year and Jessica's making it this year, but I think it was Jessica that made it last year and Rachel's making it this year. Either way, they look absolutely stunning, and I just would love that. The only other thing that I'm thinking about with that one is I'm not sure the background colour would suit my colouring. I don't know, I've never had colour analysis, and nor do I know a lot about it, but I do know that I don't have anything in my wardrobe that is that sort of gingerbread colour. And I think that's quite a big part of this sweater, is that it's supposed to look like gingerbread. But there's always the option there. I think I would probably make it in Knitting for Olive, merino and soft silk mohair, which is not the recommended yarn for the pattern. The recommended yarn for the pattern is Crea Deluxe, which is a fingering weight held with a soft silk mohair, and together it makes a double knit weight yarn. So because I will have quite a lot of scraps from my Oslo hats, I will probably get the Knitting for Olive merino yarn if this is the winner, because then I will just have to buy the colour for the main body, because I will have all of the accent colours for the motifs already. So it's just, and the Knitting for Olive do have a lot of other beautiful colours like trench coat maybe, or maybe oat. That looks like a nice sort of neutrally colour, but then you would lose the gingerbreadiness of it. Or do you just go for the gingerbreadiness of it and don't care and just wear colours that you like because the sweater is absolutely beautiful? So those are all the things that I'm thinking about the Northern Augustines, which is quite a lot, and I think I'm maybe overthinking it, and maybe I just need to dive in and get started. But two very strong contenders from Augustine's Knitwear. The next one that I am really loving the look of is Santa Baby by Filcolana. So this one, again, top down, beautiful colour work, yoke, all with very cute Christmas trees, and I really love the look of this one. So this one is a DK weight yarn held together with fingering, but still knit on DK weight needles. So yep, that's what it is. The gauge is slightly different, so slightly bigger gauge, and I think that's how they've compensated for that. But either way, it is a really beautiful looking sweater. I love the way that those Christmas trees look around the yoke. I think that would look really beautiful. Again, it says, hello, I'm a Christmas jumper, without having Santa's face on your chest. I think it is classic and beautiful and elegant, and I really like it. And I have seen, I think it's Jingle Bells, which is the children's version of that, the children's alternative. So it could be that that one could be one. Again, a very strong contender. You can tell by my face that I'm really taken with all of these patterns. I can see myself wearing any one of these patterns. I just don't have enough time to make them all before Christmas. So this is where I need your guys' help. But yes, the other thing I love about Santa Baby is that they have a children's version of the pattern. So although I may not get my daughters made for Christmas this year, there's the potential that I'd be able to make it for Christmas next year, and then we could be matching. So yeah, Santa Baby by Filcolana, again, absolutely beautiful sweater. The next contender is the Jule sweater by Elenor Mortinson. Now, I hope I said that correctly. This is a stunningly beautiful colour work. The yoke on this one is got really intricate Christmas trees with little pots at the bottom, but not just pots, like they're really beautiful. It looks looks like snowflake pots. It's just really, really beautiful. Of course, I'll put some images here for you to see. Top down, knit in the round, which those patterns are all speaking to me at the minute. It looks really, really classic, really beautiful, and again says, hi, I'm wearing a Christmas sweater without being like, you know, gaudy. The only thing that puts me off this one, it's knit entirely in fingering weight yarn, which again, I don't mind knitting in fingering weight yarn, but given the fact that I've only got probably at best about 6 weeks to make this sweater, by the time I've decided which one and ordered the yarn and that's arrived, feels like Christmas is coming very quickly. I just don't know that I'm going to have time to make a fingering knit sweater. But then it is beautiful, and if something's really beautiful and you have the motivation to get it done by Christmas, would that mean that I would put the effort in? Either way, let me know, have you made this pattern? There are so many beautiful ones on Ravelry that I'm sure at least one of you must have made it. So do let me know down below. But yeah, really, really stunning pattern. Okay, so Cheryl Mokhtari has made this beautiful Nordic Snowflake sweater. Again, I really am attracted to that beautiful colour work yoke. There's a theme here in the things that I'm enjoying in a Christmas sweater. This one she has knit again in a bit more of an orangey red, whereas I think I would be tempted to lean towards more of a deep blue red, velvet ribbon colour red, maybe even a blue, like a real icy blue, or potentially even a forest green. So I think this pattern particularly lends itself to any kind of Christmas colour, and maybe wouldn't mean that it wouldn't be like a December only sweater. It would be one that you could wear well into January and February and it wouldn't look out of place. Again, top down, knit in the round, easy construction, the kind of construction that I'm attracted to, and it has this beautiful sort of oversized slouchy feel to it, which I enjoy. It is knit with a light fingering and lace weight held together on 4mm needles. Sorry, I just had to check my notes for that one. So again, really happy with that I feel confident that I would have the time to be able to make that one. And I think it would be just a nice wardrobe staple to have throughout the whole of winter rather than just around Christmas. Yeah, let me know if you are if you have made one of these beautiful sweaters and what your thoughts on it were. Another contender that has tickled my pickle this year is the Christmas sweater by Sandnes Garn. So this one has beautiful Christmas icons all over it. It screams I am a Christmas sweater without being tacky. I really enjoy the way that it looks. I have quite a lot of scraps of the colours that would be required for this one, so I feel like the outlay wouldn't be too great. It looks really lovely. And the thing that pulls me back on this one is, although it is really stunningly beautiful colour work, it is colour work full body, like all over, top to bottom. And much as I think that would be a really beautiful addition to any Christmas wardrobe, I'm not sure I have the time to make it this year. Not with everything else that I need to make at the same time. So if I'm going to be making my daughter's porcelain and finish all the Oslo hats, because those are my priorities before Christmas, then I'm not sure I'm going to have the time to do a full body in colour work, in full colour work. I don't know, maybe the motivation would pull you along, but let me know what your thoughts are on that one anyway. Should say as well, it's in DK yarn, which does tend to make things go just that little bit quicker. So yeah. I've got one in here for my daughter, which is Robins in a Row by Anne Smith and Sally McCollum, and I just think that this is really cute. And again, it might not be one that I'm able to do this year as well as the porcelain, but I do think it's adorable. Look at those little robins. I love it when the robins come in the garden, and they're such confident little birds, aren't they? They don't mind if you go out in the garden, they're not going to fly off. Yeah, very, very cute. So this is just one. I probably won't make this one for my daughter, but I just want to throw it in there as an option. If you have children or you like to knit for children, I think this one's really beautiful. I feel like I can't do a Christmas sweater video without mentioning Drops Designs. Now they have 2 full web pages worth of Christmas sweater patterns. And the really lovely thing about the Drops Christmas sweater patterns is they are available in men's sizes, women's sizes, children's sizes, baby sizes, and pet sizes. So you can have a complete family match of Christmas sweaters from Drops. And they have quite a few options where, you know, you're giving a nod to the traditional sweater by having like a Santa yoke. They've got one that has Christmas trees, they've got one that has Rudolph's on the yoke, and the whole family can have that sort of matching very Christmas card feel sweater. And the vast majority, if not all of the ones that I've looked at, certainly have been free. So I think that's really nice as well, to have that. Drops yarn is very easily available in the UK from Wool Warehouse. I'll tag that down below so that you can find it. So I think it's a really budget friendly option and a very family friendly option. They have so many pretty designs and so many lovely Christmas sweaters that I haven't actually managed to pin one down, but I will put in a collection of the ones that I do like from Drops Design. And yeah, it's a potential. I think certainly if I start making sweaters for the boys, my son, I think, is probably going to be in a small men's size soon if he isn't already. So yeah, it would be really nice to have like a family match in the same sweater. Again, I don't think I'm going to have time to make a family match of Christmas sweaters this year, but it might definitely be something that I look at for next year because I think that would be really cute. I might be the only one in my family that thinks that's cute, but I do think it's cute. So yeah, there's that. And the last one that I have really liked the look of this year is the Light It Up yoke by Knits and Knots. And this one is a really plain, simple, classic sweater. And then it has like a string of Christmas tree lights that are all wiggled and jiggled across the yoke with these lovely bright blobs of colour just to break up the plain stockinette stitching. It has a contrast colour collar and contrast colour cuffs. I think I probably wouldn't do that if I were making it, but I just think it's really fun. Like, I think it's really fun. I think it's a really loudly or obviously Christmas sweater. But again, you don't have to have Santa on the front of your chest to look like you're wearing a Christmas sweater. I think it's really elegant. I love the colours. It would be a great way to use up scraps, and I just really like it. So yeah, that is the Light Up yoke by Knits and Knots. So those are all the contenders that I've managed to whittle down to my shortlist. Please do let me know if there's any other ones that you think I'm missing, or ones that you'd like to bring to my attention, because I still haven't decided which one I'm going to make yet. And let me know, which one do you vote for? So tell me, which one shall I knit this year? They all bring me as much joy and excitement as each other. So for me, I just can't decide. They're all pretty level. There are things that I like about them all, and there are things that I don't like about them all. But I need your help because I need to get this thing cast on in the next few weeks. So please do let me know, what would your choices be? What have you made before? And as always, please do just leave me a comment, even if you don't have anything to say about my Christmas knits, because I genuinely love hearing from you. It brings a smile to my face and it lights up my day. You honestly leave the best comments. So yeah, if there's that's it. That's all I want to say. So thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and that's it from me. Bye.